Now that we have honored our state troopers, it's time to talk about more history again. After the Battle of Blackfire Pass, the High Priest of Ulrich pronounced Sigmar the Emperor of all lands between the Great Mountains in the south and the Middle Mountains in the north. King Kurgan of the Dwarfs gave him a dwarf-forged crown, and they swore oaths of eternal friendship. That is when Alaric the Mad was ordered by him to begin work on the 12 rune fangs for each of the tribal chieftains of man. Alaric was a mad, masterful runesmith of the dwarfs. Sigmar's coronation marks the beginning of the imperial calendar. He ruled from his capital, then called Reichdorf, now it's called Altdorf. To the chieftains, he gave each of them land. Their boundaries were loosely defined by their old tribal territories, and each chieftain then took the title of Count. Sigmar ruled for another 50 years, and small villages turned into towns. All that is known of Sigmar from this time is that one day he set aside his crown and left. Temples and shrines were built in his memory, and eventually a cult was formed, led by the first Grand Theogonist, Johann Hellstern. Now it's time for us to finish off MAZDAMUNDI. Our hunt continues, and we will quest for our amber bow as well. We know what we need to do now. It's time to destroy MAZDAMUNDI. I could besiege their capital, then take on whatever army they have outwards, but what we could do instead, we could move out Captain General Ethan Strider. I need about, 25% in order to ambush? Let's find out real quick. Ethan Strider, we've got a battle to handle. 25%. Okay, so maybe if I move... Not there. 45% wouldn't do it. Fine, go over here to Rivenhold Point. I have a feeling they might go for Sigmar's Light if we're not careful. Helmet Nussbacker, if you would like to, if you want to engage, if you want to attack, here's your time to do it. Markus Wulfhart needs to heal up. And while he's healing up, we'll move out Hertwig Van Hal and Roderick. These two will go join Captain Ethan Strider. Now, I've only got a little bit of gold left. Fort Dawncall is quite unhappy. We need how much gold in order to upgrade? Well, we need quite a bit. We need to grow more, too. Actually, no, we don't need to grow more. We only need 3,200 gold. So I'll save up my gold for now, and we'll try to make it up there, hopefully soon. Then we can upgrade it and get them some tap room. But for now, I'm not going to tax you, because if I do, then I'll need to rush down there to put down a rebellion. So let's end our turn now, and maybe we'll have a new battle coming towards us. Look at that. We got a warrior priest, favorite of the cult. Karl's Peaks. You have the backing of the cult of Sigmar. The warrior priests preach in the temples and on the battlefields of your divine right to the throne, and so flock to your banner. Well, good. How about that? We have a new hero and a new trait for Markus Wulfhart, builder, providing more income from local buildings and cheaper buildings to build. Okay, Severe, another trait, +2 to public order. Very good when we're there locally. Yes. Now, Captain General, if you don't mind, I would love it if we went after something over here. Now, what could we go after? Markus Wulfhart, are you ready? You're pretty much ready. You've lost a few units, I do understand. But why don't we move in right now? Before we do that, we'll need a new unit for you. Take more huntsmen. It's only right. You're good at helping them deal more damage. So Markus is moving in. It's going to be a big fight, but if I get rid of them early on, then I won't have to worry about them later on. Yeah, siege towers would be great. I know they have a large army, but I do have Captain General Ethan Strider, who's able to come help me right now. So here we go. Oh, it's time. You know what time it is. That's one. My other hero is right over here, Hertwig Van Hal. Number 2. Now for our new warrior priest. I don't know what his true name is yet. We'll find out later. I need to go search some ruins, so maybe I could do that mission without having to do, that action with a main army. I'll let him work on the battlefield for right now.
Yes, son of Sigmar.
Okay, what trait do you have? Noble, more income from local buildings. So that isn't really what I wanted. That isn't really that great. I'll take it for sure. For Dawn Call, I'll be down there to help you out. Don't fret. Okay. Now we need to rebuild the Quiet Swamp. And we'll find out what MAZDAMUNDI is going to do in just a minute. We've completed more technology, and though we don't have a lot of gold, at the very least we are about to destroy MAZDAMUNDI. Now, Truthbringer Gustav, we now know your name. It's time for you to search out a few more locations belonging to the Skaven. He's found 2 of them. He's traveling on his own through these haunted lands to try to find out where our enemies are located. In time, we'll bring him into the fold and he'll fight on the battlefield, but for now, we need him to perform in the way that he has been. The Drowned are moving into our lands too. We'll need to destroy her. Captain General Ethan will be in charge of that job. Markus will probably come over here to rebuild all these ruined towns, and later we'll move down and begin fighting other factions too, potentially the Skaven over to the east. Clan Scryer must be destroyed. Indeed, there are walking ratmen.
Do your worst.
But now it's time to go into battle. We've got a large enemy army to bring down. It's really time to take what rightfully belongs to our people. They're an ancient race who have caused only issues. And now they're going to be erased. Well, turned into shoes, so they'll still have a purpose. For the greater shoe warming plan. The feet warming plan. The shoes would be doing the warming. Anyway, I digress. More important matters need to be discussed. Our Hellblaster volley gun has been instrumental in destroying their towers. Because I had no one on my siege towers, they appeared to have no one on the walls initially, so I didn't really take too much damage from them. And already they've lost a lot by using my mortars. We've got 2 armies here, which means we've got a lot of ranged and artillery units. Because we've got a lot of mixed up units, though, it can be quite a predicament to micromanage. I like how they just kind of run by and they're like, hey, screw you in particular, skinks. Here's a shot for you. And on the wall, it's not a regiment, it's not a company, but Markus Wulfhart fighting a group of Temple Guard. I decided to send up my heroes. We've got so many here, even Captain Ethan Strider. We might as well use them all. Speaking of, he's like, haha, jump on. Cholera's here. Jory Grimm is here. Hammer time. Everyone is wading into the fray. To have a look at what we have. We have everyone, 2 armies total. All of our ranged units will be used to break down their many powerful monsters. Our handgunners will be sent onto a latter part of their wall. Our steam tank will at least be used to tank damage and to help break down their gate. Our war wagons, well, they'll just be around trying to take a few pot shots. If they get lucky, hey, great. If they don't, so be it. You can see what type of apocalyptic event this could be for MAZDAMUNDI. Losing MAZDAMUNDI is a grievous blow for the Lizardmen, but a glorious one for the Empire. Let's put his head on a mantelpiece, just for Markus Wulfhart. I think that would be funny. So, I'm going to go back to a more informational view real quick. We zoom out real quick and we can see where I'm at. I've got many more units on the way right now, infantry units. I mean, these are actually meant to stay back here for now. But we've got some ranged ones that I've moved in. Over here, my Hammer of the Witches is just trying to work on their towers and their gates too. Wulfhart's Will, 26 kills. Redemptive Offer, 182 kills. So it was indeed that took out all the skinks on the wall. Now it's just all of my archers, my mini huntsmen, all unleashing their volleys. Mixed companies of soldiers, eradicating everything here. So let's have a look at what they're hitting right now. Temple Guardsmen fleeing. Back here, anything they miss, well, not intentionally, they don't miss intentionally, but anything they miss up there falls down here and hits another target. These Kroxigors have got to go, but the ideal scenario for me is to not land in here at all, but to fight on the walls. When you've got as many ranged units as I do, then you can just get them to do that. That was a great arch shot, by the way. Here comes more mortar shots. We're just lobbing shells over. Each salvos is destroying them bit by bit. Roderick will be in the middle fighting many Temple Guard. He's very good at that. We know he's quite durable. See, why would I charge in? Why would you do that? Why would you try to fight someone who's better at you when you could use what you're better at than them in that exchange? So I'm better at shooting. I'm better at blowing things up. They're not. They're better at punching me in the face. So I'm not going to box with them. I'm going to use my wits. And here we go. Witty arrows, calling their mothers awful names. Here comes our handgunners now. They're all coming into one siege tower. They're going to land on there. Now, I will inform you that one group, I don't know why, they were all in guard mode, but they decided to move down here and they end up getting completely wiped out. But they'll be back. They'll be back. It's just our regiment of renown. They're just taking a little nap. I just wanted to let you know that now before I forget about it. I want to forget about it. But here's Roderick on the wall now, fighting valiantly. He's like, "Ha! 'Tis but a flesh wound. I feel nothing." And our commanders are still fighting on the wall too. Hartwig, cholera. We have much to do. Ethan Strider was able to just break down a few of these lizardmen. One went falling down. Nice work, everyone. Good work. You did a job. I'm very proud of you. So while they're all dead, what else do we have over here? Just more and more infantry. But what do we have? Now, what I do to keep my unit cards neat, if anyone is out of ammo and they will not be used again, I send them to the edge of the map and I have them withdraw. Now, do not withdraw if the front gate is open, or they might run through the enemy base. Trust me, in the past, I learned that the hard way, that pathfinding can be pretty finicky. So here's what I do now. Because I can't rightly hit them with my Hammer of the Witches, I hold down Alt when I'm using Hammer of the Witches, and I aim right on the other side, so that now they're going to shoot right through here, at least getting a few kills while I'm busy. So if you want to do that, just click on your artillery, hold down Alt. You can click on one of these areas and you can shoot right through. So you might notice eventually a few shells coming through. It's really an awesome way to get kills. You can do it on the walls too. Oh man, it's great for the walls. If you just want to land somewhere. So my handgunners are moving in. You're going to watch some handgunners move down eventually. It's going to be Ethan's Hawks. But here's some of them now. And they're getting some shots in. More skinks are fighting. Our commanders are getting pretty beat up at the point that we're at right now. We've just been using a lot of arrows to win. So for my Hammer of the Witches, they're now at what, 7 kills? And they're getting into position to do what I told you that I would do. And all these archers over here are either out of arrows or they're just still launching a few overhead. But we don't have a lot left. My steam tank has only gotten 29 kills. I'm moving it out the way so that my Hammer of the Witches can now begin its own attack right through. See, I want to get rid of these Kroxigors. These Kroxigors are also being shot by enemy handgunners. Their enemies, not my enemies, theirs. To keep that clear and straight. That's a dead man. I see a few of my soldiers running away, being strange. Come on, Hammer, you can do it. I believe in you. There was one ball. It's gonna bounce through. Oh, that poor man. Dear God, Carnosaur, calm down. You don't need to act like that. That was a good hit right on the Carnosaur. That was a nice chunk of damage, I'm sure. So let's go look over here now. We've got Roderick still attacking, 39 kills. Jork is at 35. Temple Guards, 0 kills. I mean, they've all just been fighting up here for quite some time. The Huntsman General, Ethan, 68 kills. We're just fighting a group of them. Yeah, there's that group. They jumped on that group of handgunners, which is really why I didn't want to have to fight on the ground. Instead, I'll be using my Powdermen and my Drakwold Patrol. Now, the Drakwold Patrol, they're here to take on those who are on the wall. So, eventually, they're going to pull out their pistols and they're going to shoot all these Saurus units who will try to attack me from behind. Let's have a look now. There's not too many of them left. They should break soon. Is that you, MAZDAMUNDI? Is that you? Hey, look who it is. Our old buddy, who's been a constant nuisance. You know how many times we've beaten MAZDAMUNDI? He's been a Scooby-Doo villain the whole time. He's like, oh, yes, it was me, children. I'm the one who eats your Frito pies. And we say to him, we didn't make those. Oh, right. Listen, to keep up this frame, I've got to eat. We know, MAZDAMUNDI. That's why we're killing you. You eat too much. So here's the battle as it is right now. It's just been a constant cycle of just back and forth on the walls. Our commanders have been fighting the entire time, keeping them together. They've taken some damage. There's even some leaders of theirs. They had an avatar out here. Where is that at? I didn't even remember that ability, an avatar skink or whatever it was. It was hard for me to make out. It just kind of looks like a skink. Nolan's Powdermen. They're still shooting. The Dracold Patrol, 25 kills. They're still fighting. Pterodons are at 9 kills right now. We're looking at what's left of them, which is not too much. It was kind of a strange fight for me. Oh, Ethan's Hawks, why? Oh, those two just kind of teamed on him. That was brutal. I was low on ammo, and again, I was trying to avoid a drawn-out fight. I didn't know what future fights might be at stake. We've already shot down a few more of the Pterodons. There's not too many of them left, but we still have plenty of bullets left. We're out of arrows. Plenty of bullets left. Red Crested Skinks, only 4 kills for them. Dracold's Patrol, 50 kills. Those guys, I'm telling you, they're my MVP in any Imperial game. They are so good. I love Free Company Militiamen. Of course, I just love playing some lowly human who's trying to defy the odds. It's interesting to me. But the Hunts Marshal has done it. The fight isn't over yet. We might even have to go down there. We try to avoid them, but if they don't break, if they don't get away, then we're going to have to. Look at the numbers right now. They have 342. I had 2,805. I'm at 1,800. It's not like we didn't lose a decent amount. We didn't come in with completely full armies. Those salamanders, were they able to get kills? 7 kills. Markus has over 150 kills now, and it looks like we're at least getting a few pot shots off on those salamanders. They're still getting some hits on us. A few men are dying. Many more are fighting. These are fine men of the Empire fighting today. For what it is, and for what is left, we've got Jorik Grimm at 50 kills. Hertwig at 68. Cholera at 109. Our powder men are still moving into position. We're trying to avoid them popping down here. For some reason, they like to do that from time to time. I'm only showing you the absolute incomplete victory because it's such a major foe. A few Temple Guardsmen are popping up now. There's not too many left. What are we looking at down here? Kroxigors? Right. There's only 9 left now. And so what I eventually do, our little D&D adventuring party, they all line up. It's a pretty big group. You can see them just clobbering a few of the Temple Guardsmen and other Saurus warriors. They just butchered them. I don't usually use my heroes like that. I mean, I did before in previous campaigns, but I had to for this one. It was only right that they saw it through to the very end. So now we just have a lot of gunners on the walls, and for whatever we have left of our commander's ammunition, they're going to shoot down too. I mean, they've all got ammo outside of course, Roderick. But now we've won the battle. It's over. They're finally broken. We've taken the city, everyone. We've done it. It now belongs to the Empire. It was a fairly challenging battle, but we won it. We lost only 179. We were careful. We used all of our gunpowder, all of our arrows too. We had to. Now I'm only going to loot and occupy. I could use the gold, sure. We're at tier 4, and look at how much more I'm making now. Thank you, gold smelter. Humans have a much easier time getting gold out than lizardmen do, so we make a lot more than they do. That's a lot of dead enemy leaders. Now, he's out of here. I'm going to repair every single building here, and I suppose I could use it as a recruitment area. Yeah, that's fair. I could certainly do that. Yeah, take up that tap room. We've got a Temple of Sigmar here if I want a better warrior priest. I wonder. Level 3. Well, I could get a better trait. Disciplined would be better. We can even get a Empire Captain. I don't really need more agents, do I? No, not right now. I really don't. I've got plenty. But we could use money. Okay, the Quiet Swamp. What do you have for me? A tavern. Yeah, build that up. The jungles are unhappy. Well, hold on. Do I need to build something back over here in Fort Doncall? Nope. We need 3 turns, then we can. Rivenhold Point, you can be upgraded. There goes all of my money.
We're born to hunt.
Captain General Ethan Strider. I'm going to give you more huntsmen, maybe. But no, you could use more infantry. We'll see what I truly give you in like a turn or so. Hertwig Van Hal, it's your turn to get a new point into a new ability. Why don't you take silver bullets for more ranged damage? And for Markus Wulfhart at level 29, we'll give him hold the line. It's about time for us to help out our nearby soldiers. +5 to melee defense and +4 to leadership. Now we can end our turn. There's been a bit of an issue between me and the New World colonies. Even though they're meant to be Imperial now, and not from the Southern Realms, they're still considered to be part of the Southern Realms. Because of that, I don't really want to help them anymore. The Drowned have declared war on them. I'll fight the Drowned on my own terms, but I would like to take Port Reaver. I want to unite every location over here, or we're going to have one location, one province, that won't be fully united. I'm now bringing in 2,691 gold. Not bad at all. Captain General Ethan Strider, it's time for you to move about over here. Markus Wulfhart, it's time for you to go find out how much it'll cost to me to rebuild a few locations. If you search some ruins, you'll need to wait one more turn in order to actually colonize. Ethan, I don't really have a new unit for you. Not right now, I don't. We could use halberdiers. Well, then why don't we build a smithy? I can't build my tier 5 building, which would, do what? +12% to research, +10 to Winds of Magic Power Reserve, and +1 to Lord Recruit rank. Not bad. But let's go grab that blacksmith whenever I have the money for it. And later, we'll also pick up a tap room in Fort Doncall. I don't want them to rebel. Okay, Ethan, come on over. We'll get Port Reaver very soon. Oh, she's only rank 5, but she does have a very powerful army. I mean, look at what she has here. Rotting Prometheans, 3 groups of Morghuls, 1 group of deck droppers, and they have handguns, 2 blooded corpses, and a lot of Death Guard. Okay, Truthbringer Gustav. Come on over to Pox Marsh. I'm going to use him as a scout. A very expensive scout. 288 gold per turn.
Let us forge our faith.
He gains a lot of experience by doing that. That's how I'm going to train him up. There you go. Take specialist in case I want to use you on the campaign map further. But now he's going to head on down and find out more about the map. So my goal is to use Ethan Strider to fight the Drowned up north. We'll destroy every location they own outside of the Fallen Gates. The Fallen Gates are part of one of my provinces. The other locations would be way too expensive to build into. Like over here. Unpleasant climate. I don't need to build there. I already have public order issues. Casualty replenishment would go down. Buildings would be more expensive to build. And they would take longer to build. And I would make less money. So no, we're not going to build up there. But I will burn them down because I do not want vampiric corruption in my lands. Okay. That'll be your job. Marcus, you're heading over here to go rebuild a few locations for me. 1, 2, and 3. 3 towns to rebuild, and then we can move down, go to the Wellsprings of Eternity, rebuild those, and finally begin our final stage. And he will go do the Amber Bow quest battle very soon, but not yet. The Will of a Waystalker. The evidence you observed yourself at the ruins does make it seem plausible that the men were slaughtered by some sort of beast. Still, the use of weapons of war could also not be conclusively ruled out. Kalor's resolve is strong, however, and you feel compelled to believe her. After all, the hunting senses of a Waystalker are not to be underestimated. So now we need to do what for her? We need to win 3 battles when fighting Lizardmen. She's like, look, I know we've been fighting them, but I need you to fight them more. Fine, fine. On her following turn, we'll be able to colonize the Monument of the Sun. Now I have the gold I need in order to build a tap room over in Fort Doncall, but I need to wait for one more turn for that to happen. Let's go look at other unhappy locations, and we can continue to improve our lands. -1? Not bad. Okay. Build a guardhouse instead. Oh, these two are dying and very lonely. What a shame. What can I build over here? 1 iron mine? I'll take it. Sure, why not? Unfortunately for the New World colonies, because they would not join us, they did lose our protection. Now, the Drowned have taken over Port Reaver. But now, Captain General Ethan Strider can take over Port Reaver. It's a big circle of everyone taking Port Reaver, but now it's my turn.
Take them out.
Oh, they've got a pretty big army. That should be fun. Okay, so we'll need to fight that out. I was hoping that more of them would be destroyed from that battle, but evidently they didn't lose very many when fighting the New World colonies. But if we can win, we'll be better for it. And while we are here, take a new group of infantrymen because you'll need them to help you out in that battle. Not bad. Markus Wulfhart is on his way down here. He's been colonizing. We've got 2 locations under our dominion now, but there's a raiding rogue army right by Fort Doncall. While that's going on, we have our warrior priest, Gustav, who's currently trying to find out what's over in Lustria. So far, it hasn't been great. Oh, Gord Rock, you own Krvetsa. Really? Because of that, I now know why you haven't been fighting me. You've been busy fighting them. I've got 2 more locations to colonize. I've got to fight the Drowned now. And we've got a lot more to do. I don't know when we're going to be able to really consolidate what we own, but I know what I need to do right now. Okay, what else can I build? If I tax you, you'll only get -1 to public order. Not bad. All right. And if we take Port Reaver, hey, even better. Let's get a clay pit going. We could use more trade goods. Cholera. We'll put a point into Bottomless Quiver. She's got a massive quiver containing all of those shafts. Now maybe we'll have a battle in 1 turn because I doubt they're going to let me wait them out. Here they have deck droppers trying to flank us by going all the way around. Our army is waiting right over here. Our steam tank is defending against a Morgul. They have rotting Prometheans charging our lines right now. And many Death Guard too. The Morguls are hard to see. On the front lines we have our infantry. From behind we have all of our ranged units. And so we defend. Our mortars and our cannons are much further behind. The fat ladies come in to sing. And really, Ethan Strider's into more folksy Imperial bluegrass, so he's not really into her operatic style. It doesn't do it for him. They're charging in now into the woods. We're looking at more of their Death Guard and undead that are approaching us. Their bombers are unable to fully hit our lines, thankfully. That's due to the trees. That's why trees are always great to have whenever you're fighting a ranged enemy. Over here is where we have more Morguls, and of course we've got some basic undead units too. Our huntsman captain, he's out here. Only 11 kills. He was caught out here. I couldn't get him away. Here comes Direfin. She's now moving in, but after we beat her here, I bet she'll want a peace treaty eventually. Which I'll take, because I don't want her lands. I only want the Fallen Gates. After we take the Fallen Gates, if she wants a peace treaty, let her have it. Let her stay up there. There's Tomb Kings who want her, well, not right now, but I'm sure they'll want her destroyed eventually. So you can see that they were able to damage my lines, very much so. It was really up to all of my ranged units to quickly break them down. My steam tank even took a lot of damage, and you know when your steam tank is taking a lot of damage, you can be in a lot of trouble. Their hero is now dead. All that protoplasmic jelly just spilling out. She continues to use that spell to try to sweep right through my ranks. Oh god. Go back to Pirates of the Caribbean, you freaking nerd. So, there's not too much for me to go over tactically. There's not too much for me because I don't really change too much. We've already beaten their advance. We killed so many of their units that they just began to fall apart. She's only rank 5. If she was a higher rank, then it would have been longer. But we've won now. It's over. A close victory. We'll take the gold, too. We're going to be here for a little while. We can finally take Port Reaver. We can use her twig to potentially assassinate any agents they have, like Robert. We're going to see, though. Oh, there's Tomb Kings. A lot of them. My god, did you see how many armies they had in one location? That would be maddening to fight. I mean, I would do it if they fought me, but they're a pretty good buffer. A weird guy coming by saying, hey, you want some chaos, kid? No, get out of here. Okay, Siren extinguished. Right, earplugs out, lads. She's gone down to Stromfel's chest where she belongs. The Harpy. Plus 15 to, let's see, Winds of Magic starting amount, and minus 10 to the enemy's starting amount. That's really powerful, just to like really get rid of their magic, even though I'm not using magic right now. Marcus, I know you're on your way. Come on, buddy, let's go. He'll be there very soon. Now, Ethan Strider, let's take it over. We now own Port Reaver. Look, you could have joined me, but you chose not to. All right, we'll upgrade it. We'll upgrade everything, actually. Man, ports are no longer what they used to be. They used to make a lot more money than they do now. What's over here? Rivenhold Point. Upgrade it to tier 3. Can I build my... I can. There's a guardhouse. I need that. Next, Ethan will be heading up north to go to the Falling Gates. I don't really have time to stay down here, I think. Okay, Captain General Ethan Strider. We don't need more replenishment, do we? No, we really do not. I've got a lot as it is. I could give you Lightning Strike. I might do that whenever we fight Skaven. But for now, I think what I want to give you instead is involved with your infantry. Emperor's Finest. We need our infantry to be able to hold the line. Now my halberdiers have 56 melee defense. Oh, hold on. I'll put 2 points into it. Now they have 58. Even better. Hertwig at level 21. I'll give you silver bullets. Enjoy, my friend. For our commandment, sure, give me Celtic Order, and we're now done. We just need to move on to a new turn right after Truthbringer Gustav moves further into Lustria. Poor guy's having to travel all on his own. It looks like Gorrock is going to be our own equivalent of Nakai. That's going to be a very long campaign for me to beat him. Oh boy, look at what he has. That should be tough. Now we can finally get to them. Here you are, raiding my fort, Dawncall. That should be some reason to go to war. We can finally upgrade Fort Dawncall. Oh, you've got a tiny army. Get out of here, kid. What a dork. Okay. We've beaten him. It only took one quick auto-resolve. Ooh, look at that abductor. More income from post-battle loot. Very nice. Now, Marcus, I want you to head on back over here to Paho. Or Pahuox. Probably Pahuox, yeah. Then we'll head back down here to the Wellsprings of Eternity. And finally be ready for a potential new war. I'm making a little bit more money each turn. Oh, here we go. I could get more gemstones. Yeah, I like that idea. But before we do that, who's unhappy? For once, most of my people are happy. We'll change it to a host Festag event. Is it due to corruption, military presence, faction, taxes? Oh, right. MAZDAMUNDI, hi. Goodbye. Now their faction is finally gone. We finally got rid of MAZDAMUNDI. So after we settle up Pahuox, we'll begin by doing our Amber Bow battle. It's about time for that. Okay, Ethan, you'll be heading up north to go handle the drowned. Make the fat lady sing. Not in that way, though. Oh, God. Can I tax you? I can. How about that? That's a lot more money. I'm now making over 4,000 per turn. Gustav, what have you found, my friend, my holy friend? More lizards. There's a lot of corruption down here, too. Look at all that corruption. Is it all from the Vampire Coast? I mean, it could be from this army, too, but... my God. Alright. A new settlement upgrade. Redemption, you shall be upgraded. It might take me a few turns before we begin our new campaign, but I'm going to be able to really make a lot of money. Maybe I could even afford a third army. Now, that would be truly wild. Alright, so over here in our new capital, I don't know what we'll call it yet. We'll need to save up for our blacksmith. So until then, let's keep on building more buildings to make more gold. It'll add up quickly in like 4 or 5 turns. Okay, Ethan, let's have at it, my friend. We can finally unify our province by taking the Falling Gates. You defeated that major stack they had, so it might take them a few turns to build up a new one. We're not going to burn it down, we're just going to occupy it. We now have a new province secured. Though, there are Lizardmen on the way. Do I need anything important over here? A few knights wouldn't hurt, I suppose, or I could just grab more infantry. You know what, for now, we'll grab more infantry. We are condemned. And our mandate has gone up. We are now the scourge of the Emperor's foes. We get elite supplies, in addition to additional reinforcements. How about that? That's a lot of followers. I'll have to really disperse them all out later amongst all of my mini leaders. While we're here, let's see. You do have a tap room. Very good. I don't have the money for a guardhouse. We'll wait on the guardhouse. Every location up north needs some manner of upgrade. So while we wait here, let's pick up a party. We'll get host Festag. And it looks like for now, we'll need to go back over here to Fort Westward. I wonder if no matter how much I conquered, they only spawn in one location. If they do, I could leave one army there and destroy them at like every turn. Okay, Fort Westward, what do you have going on? You actually have a pretty decent garrison. I could bring in another leader. It's an idea. Is it a decent idea? I don't know, maybe. We'll probably grab a general or maybe an archlector to go with Gustav. We could have a very holy group. It would be a bit redundant, but it would work out, I think. All right, let's bring him back up. It's about time to bring him up. We'll give him for now. Wait, don't bring me back there. We'll bring him over here to Hammer of Sigmar and get that for him. All right, we should have a new battle in a few turns. Amusingly, she does want a peace treaty, so if we take it, we don't have to worry about them. If she chooses to come fight me again, so be it, but I would rather go back into Lustria, so we'll take it for now. We'll take that little peace treaty. It'll allow me time to build up my defenses, but more importantly, it'll bring Ethan back down here. Hertwig was able to wound one of their agents, and I think after that she said, you know what, I'm done. I'm not going to conquer her lands. If she chooses to betray me, we'll go up and burn them all down. Each location I own will have their own wall. Okay, children of the old ones, what are you doing? You're right by me. We've gained more technology. Good, look at that. Guildmaster professors. The greatest minds of the old world are gathered by the Empire's various institutions to impart their knowledge and methods of efficiency. So now we make 15% more from iron and gold mines. How about that gold? Okay, here is a rebel force, a very weak one. We'll beat it, then we'll move down over here to go handle that other rebellion. Yeah, give me the gold. I don't need a lot of replenishment. Now that you're all dead, we won't have as many unhappy people by Fort Dawncaw. Now, we can move further to the east. Fort Westward? Sure, you need to be tier 4. Any location I can upgrade, I'm gonna do it. Shrine of Sotek. Time for you to build a cinnabar mining pit. And we'll upgrade you into a village. Okay, Ethan. If I have you leave now, will they be okay? I think they'll be okay. There will be some corruption, and I do want to get rid of it, but right now I've got to worry about other things. It'll save me a lot more time if I let Wulfhart do other things instead of having to fight her. I mean, we'll come back up later and kill her. Don't worry about that. But for now, I would rather colonize Hahuox than come down here to colonize Wellsprings of Eternity. Then we could begin to fight the Skaven and maybe the Lizardmen led by Gorrock later. Oh, hello. Who leveled up? Markus did again. All right. We'll put a point over here into something for your ranged units. I could upgrade my infantry, or I could upgrade all of my units who deal a lot of damage, which again would be all of my ranged units. Pistol Corps. Wow. We'll take it, I think. Huntsmen, archers, all of them will deal more damage. Okay, so now my Death Jacks are dealing 43 damage. My Bamberg Freight Corps, 36 damage. My Lustrian Trackers, 53 damage. All right, Cholera. I'm going to give you Bottomless Quiver again. She's able to take 58 shots now. She does a lot of damage. Another event. Now, I'm not going to be recruiting anyone new, but we're also at level 5 hostility, so I'm going to spread propaganda. There we are. That'll be a great way for me to get some love, and time for this little army to get destroyed. Gustav, do your job. Good job. He did his job. I'll put a point over here to replenish troops in case I move you into some army eventually. I mean, I'm making over 5,000 now, so it shouldn't be too long, but I've got a lot of buildings to upgrade, so we're not going to fight a battle here. I've already beaten their weak little armies over and over. What we'll do instead, we'll heal up for like one turn, then we'll go do our Amber Bow battle. It's only that spawned in army, and here we go now. A new event for Cholera. Cholera the Fervent. The beast was not found, but Cholera still refused to give up. By now, you will have ascertained that there are several beasts in the jungles of these lands that appear cognizant when they shouldn't, or larger than their normal counterparts. Privately, you know this is the reason that Cholera has been here for so long. There are just so many candidates that could feasibly contain the soul of her lover. It could literally be any of them. Though Cholera's passion to slay an enormous beast has not wavered since you met her, you do not think you can continue without the truth laid clearly upon the table. Oh dear. Now she has fervent. Let's have a look at what she needs now. She wants me to do what? Build the emerald. Okay, I go to build the emerald pools, which means I've got to find it. All right, that means I've got to take Itza. Oh boy, if I do that, she'll gain Isha's Blessing, plus 10 to armor, plus 15% to hit points, flaming attacks, and Isha's Reign. Yeah, that sounds good to me. We can finally help out Roderick. I'll look at every location I need for our good buddy Jorik. And we'll be taking the Awakening. So now we can finally do all of our quest things for every agent that we have. Alright, so you just need to heal up for 1 turn, then we can do our Amber Bow mission. Until then, though, let's go look at all that we can build up. So over here, I need a blacksmith. We're not tier 5 yet, so there we go. Enjoy that. I would like to get some wizards in here, so we'll destroy the barracks. I'll build it over here at Ethan's Banner instead. I mean, we could get Beacon of Dawn and let some army train up here. That's true. That is another option for me. If I destroyed the Temple of Sigmar, which is what we'll do, then I could build the barracks over there. Or I could keep it, then just kind of work on destroying, the temple, where I can then build a wizard's conclave. The creeping jungle, what do you need? You've made a lot of money. Make me more money. What else do you need, though? Okay, the Night Watch. It's only a tier 3 building, so I don't want to build it here. I tried to avoid building this here. Public Order's been mostly fine. I don't think we need to actually worry about building a higher tier location for Public Order. I think they're going to be okay. So instead, why don't we, for now, just build these roads? We can always change it up later. It's tier 3, I know, but hey, it'll work out. And over here, I don't need another recruitment building, so we'll build another weaving house for more money. Over at Port Reaver, we need a guardhouse, and we're finally done. Outside of moving our Captain General. Oh, hold on. He needs funds. So we can't build all of that. We need to cancel a few buildings. There we go.
Huntsman General.
Huntsman General. Make it happen, my friend. Good job. Now we have the jungles of Pahualaksa. That's a fun mouthful. All right, time to have another party here. I command thee to party. It's time for the Amber Bow battle, though.
The death of innocent settlers cannot go unanswered, Huntsman. These unrelenting reptile monsters must be made to pay, lest they keep coming back. Make no mistake, these cold-blooded abominations are not just mindless beasts. They are intelligent. Intelligent enough to know the meaning of vengeance. And now, with our arrows and blades, we will make them feel it.
It's time to defend these poor people here. We have 2 goals right now. To the left, we've got to defend that town. If we do, they'll man cannons and help us out. Over to the east, we have a port that is currently under attack. In that port are many defenders who will come out to help us in the battle. These poor men on their own will not be able to take on Lizardmen, which means I'll need to come in too. For my focus right now, I could divide up my attention, but no, we're going to focus all of our power in one area. We've got to test out our new volley gun, and I love my new volley gun a lot. It's currently setting up right over here. We offer you redemption. Enjoy. Trust me, it's worthwhile to use. With the Jorik Grim, I was able to get the damage to over 3,000 missile damage using entrenchment and his ballistics calibration. Anyone that you shoot will eventually die under that freaking weapon. There's all of my volleys right now. My delivery boys are again delivering their payload, and they're doing a good job at it. You can see the battle at hand. There's a large pocket of 3 groups over here that they're having to fight. Saurus warriors, cold ones, and spears too. Elsewhere, my army is in formation. I'm using my infantry just as a way to provide a bulwark for all of my ranged units. Our leaders are currently shooting their old blood commander, and all these archers are helping out with that too. Anyone who's left will not be here for much longer. The only issue I ever have now is really with the amount of ammunition I have. I eventually run out. So I've got my delivery boys over to the right. Their enemy leader is now dead. Barely any time has passed by. Our archers are still behind all of my infantry. I've got my Hellblaster volley gun over here, and a war wagon, 46 kills, which is not a lot, sure, but the damage it dealt was huge. And trust me, it's easily able to get over like 400 kills, 300 kills. You just need the proper battle and conditions for it. Here comes a group of cold ones charging into some friendly archers. Our patrol barely made it out of that scrap, but now they're broken, so now they can shoot. Our goal is to get our patrol over here. They alone can take on these groups. We don't really need to help them out. Now it's time for my army to move over to the right to go handle what's happening at the port. Markus Wulfhart will not let these people die today, and under his command, many will be saved. Our war wagons, we did lose one. It can easily be rebuilt. The crew will be alright, I'm sure. They've been fighting that blasted dino for quite some time, that Stegodon. They broke it. You can see how much damage they dealt to it. It's a big boy. For what they have over here, we're looking at two groups of skirmishers, a Razordon Hunting pack. Their commander is a red-crested skink chief, and they've got many skinks and Saurus warriors, in addition to having sacred Kroxigors. Now those are tough. For the rest of it, you can see on the minimap to the top right, where all of my units are at right now. They're currently getting into position. Again, my infantry are only really meant to serve as a protector for all of my ranged units. All of my points, everything I've done so far has been placed around my ranged units as a cornerstone of my tactics. And we used that man the cannons ability. That is what you saw earlier just now, going right through them. It's a fairly low damaging ability. It's kind of helpful, but not really. It won't really break or make my game. Now my Hellblaster volley gun is tearing through their right flank. They've got a few stationary units they are unwilling to move, and that will be their undoing. I'm sure eventually they'll want to. Our commanders are still on the way. My war wagons were helping out that group. My patrolmen, they were able to come in at the very end, but they already broke by the time they got there, so I didn't really have to show you that. We were too late, but we won, so we weren't too late. Here comes our commanders now, taking out that skink chief. And here comes a group of sacred Kroxigors. So what could we do right now to avoid some damage? We could use our hunter snare, much like that. Now Wulfhart can allow his ranged units to break through those sacred Kroxigors, so we can avoid taking more damage. Over here, our halberds will hold against a group of those red skinks. But for what we have right now, it's time to use a lot of ranged abilities to hunt down every sacred Kroxigor. And so they drop and fall. No boxing match for you today, my friends. Now our leaders are currently fighting in melee right over here against a group of skinks. And look who has arrived. Our help. Ben Billings. General Billings is here. He's ready to go back home, but he's here for now. Bringing in great swords and some other ranged units and infantry too. They'll protect my right flank as I begin to advance. For what that last army has, we're looking at Pterodon Riders Minisaurus units. They've got more Sacred Kroxigors, 2 groups of them total. They've got a Slan who's leading them into combat. And we're looking at another group of Razordons. So it's a pretty traditional group. Did I mention the Ancient Stegodon? Yeah, they've got that as well. My units are now moving into position. The goal is to, again, shoot them the hell up. So far, that's working out. One group is not having a good time. Here comes another cohort. My Hellblaster has a few salvos left in it. Our war wagons, too. There goes all of our attacks now. You can see our mechanized infantry approach has worked out quite well. There's the man-the-guns ability, at least clipping a few of them. It takes a little bit to actually trigger. And over here, Ben Billings is fighting against a Ancient Stegodon and the Slan Mage Priest, in addition to the Pterodons above, wreaking havoc on their lines and ranks. They're doing their best right now. We'll take on that Ancient Stegodon later. But for now, we're back to our lines. Using every arrow that we have to break through Temple Guard. There's my delivery boys again. And Markus Wulfhart, who's totally not dressed for the occasion, I might add. I've got to imagine wearing that must be miserable here in the jungle. So most of them are dead now, outside of those who are attacking Ben Billings. So what do we do then? Do we just charge in? Do we send in our infantry willy-nilly? No, we stay regimented. We stay disciplined and controlled. Markus Wulfhart, again, is a commander of considerable skill. He's not just going to send in men to die like that. Markus and Cholera are currently attacking the Pterodons, getting rid of their support of the enemy army. There are Saurus units here, and of course an ancient Stegodon. It shouldn't take too long. Our patrol will be moving up to help out through the trees, that little copse of trees over to the north. Here comes all of our units now. It's time to protect these fine folk. Man the guns, everyone. It's a pretty magical cannon, I might add. There's a few sacred Kroxigors left. We're taking a few shots now. They've been buffed up, it seems. Cold-blooded. There's Ratul, their leader. Most of them are now breaking. We just need to take out that ancient Stegodon. So no, his units really did help a lot. If it wasn't for them, now they have a Flaming Sword of Ruin upgraded too, upgrading their units in melee. We're over here, doing our damage, launching a fireball. That's pretty rude, by the way. 75 kills for Kalara, 63 for Markus Wulfhart, a net ability to keep them stationary. Now it's time to take out that big old toad.
Oh God, I won't be able to eat my Cheez-Its anymore.
No, you can't eat them. Don't know what those are in this world, but can't eat them. He's in bad shape. And now they're all breaking. We have won the battle. The battle is now over. It's time to bring in our patrol to finish off their slain leader. We're not going to allow the toad to leave. That would be wrong. Sorry, guys. Hope I didn't kill you. No, he's okay. Here they are. Imagine a bunch of militiamen coming across the world to kill something like a psychic toad. Pay raise for everyone, right? Got him. He's out. The battle's over. We've won. We've gained our amber bow, and we're now bringing in over 6,000 gold per turn. We'll take what gold we can from that battle. And let's have a look over here. 20% more missile damage for good Markus Wulfhart. He'll have it equipped in one turn. Yeah, come back to Fort Westward. Look at all that gold I have. I can use it to make more money too. We're not done making money. We have more to make. I can't believe it myself, but we do. As long as we have walls everywhere, we can go on making more money. Tier 4. Okay, sure. In a little bit. What about over here? Dacosta Squalls. I usually try to build on my own, but I'm showing you how much I'm growing by. That way, when we're back, you'll be like, oh, now I know how he made all that money. Otherwise, you'll be like, how the crap did he make all that money? All right, here you go. Paved roads. We'll build that over here instead. We'll switch it out from Skyhold now that we have the time to. Might even build a temple up there. But for now, everyone, we're done here. Thank you for watching. Leave a like, and until then.